from Senior High School, PANDAAN. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about Ranu Grati. Everyone has their own fear, right? Something that looked just fine to someone else could be something terrible for me. Like this morning experience that made me so mad. When I was going to take a bath, there was a huge cockroach in the bathroom. I was so scared of it, so I screamed. Then, my mom came with a broom, ready to hit the cockroach. And the cockroach died. Again, she saved the day. My day. I was so relieved that even though my mom and I often had an argument, we will make up easily, and she will come back as a mom who is loving and caring. You know, it reminds me of a story. A story of a mother who at first really disliked her son, but in the end, her nature as a mom showed up. A mother, a sensitive fellow who felt hurt seeing their children hurt. This story was quite popular around people in my city because of an incident. It was about 40 years ago. A tank was drowned on Ranu Grati and it was never been found again. People there said and believed it was because of a legendary, magical, secret creature. And this is the story behind it. But before we started, let me tell you, you will listen to a name like 𝐤𝐸, 𝐿𝐸, and 𝐥𝐞𝐻. The story goes this way. 𝐤𝐸 was a beautiful young princess from Mataram Kingdom. There was a chaos there, so she ran away until she reached 𝐜𝐸𝐤𝐞𝐿. She was searched for protection. Then she was led to 𝐜𝐸𝐤𝐞𝐻 hut. Who is 𝐜𝐸𝐤𝐤? He was a priest, a most respected person in that village. Then she begged protection from him, and of course 𝐜𝐸𝐤𝐤 let her in his protection. Living in a small hut, she offered her help like cooking, cleaning, and almost everything. Soon, they fall in love. Like the wise word, "Tresno jalaran sa kulina." Soon, they had a baby. It was a baby boy, but it was not an ordinary baby boy. The baby had a scale, and it also had a tail. The baby then named 𝐸𝐸. He was an active boy. He liked to run here and there, just like a normal child. And it often makes his parents confused of where he is. So to make it easier for them, they tied a tiny bell that sounded clinting, clinting, clinting. From that time on, she called 𝐥𝐸𝐻 clinting or just clinting. Unfortunately, his parents were not happy to having such a child. They were so ashamed of his performance. I mean, half human and half animal. What will you think about it? They also have tried many ways to get rid of him. Once, he was asked to fight a huge white crocodile on the Gadong River in Jember, hoping that he would die. But he was not an ordinary boy, remember? He also had a magical power, so he was safe and won the fight. When there is a way, there is a will. His father now said that if you can cover the hill with your body, you will be a fully human being. Hearing this, Clinton was so excited and won a meditation. While he was doing meditation, 𝐜𝐸𝐤𝐞𝐿, the village, was in poverty. People were starving. They had to go on living, so they searched for food by hunting. It once told in a group of hunters, there is an old blind man that called 𝐞𝐞𝐻. 𝐞𝐞𝐻 got lost and he walked with no direction. I think it was weird. Why will you take an old blind man to go on hunting? I mean, he will be useless, right? And 𝐞𝐤 walked with no direction. And then she bumped into something. What he didn't know, he bumped into 𝐞𝐤. He touched around, and he touched a big creature with a skin full of scale. He was so scared thinking about it. And 𝐞𝐤 explained himself that maybe he was a snake, which is he was. But he was not an ordinary snake. He told 𝐞𝐤 to cut part of his body so blood would come out. It turned out that the blood can cure 𝐞𝐤 blindness. And 𝐞𝐤 did it. Of course, you must pay something in return, right? Nothing's come for free. 𝐞𝐤 told 𝐞𝐤 one promise, not to tell anyone about his magic. If he did, he would blind again. But 𝐞𝐤 broke it, and all the villagers know it. The villagers thought if the blood can cure blindness, then the other parts of his body will do something bigger. So they searched for him, had him, killed him, and cut him into 40 pieces. It was tragic, and cruelly, the meat was served as a dinner. While the villagers were having dinner, and 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐞𝐿, as known as 𝐸𝐤𝐤's mother, came to beg some meat because she was so hungry. A grandmother shared the food with her, finished their meal, and 𝐸𝐤𝐤𝐞𝐿 thanked the grandmother. The grandmother replied, "Of course I'd help you. It was such a blast that we got a big hunting. You know, kids, the meat today, it was from a magical snake that the blood can cure a blindness." Hearing this, 𝐸𝐤𝐤𝐞𝐿 was shocked. She was so mad, so sad, and even though she didn't like her son, she could not stand silent watching her son treated that way. So she wanted to take revenge. She stuck a stick, sodolanang, on the ground and shouted for attention. She shouted, "If you think you are powerful, please prove it by pulling out the stick I stuck on the ground." And one person replied, "Miss, it was just a single stick. If you want, I could take out your life too." And everyone laughed. Surprisingly, no one could do it. Then she herself pulled it up. From a small hole there, a huge water flowed and drowned everything in the village. Since then, people call it Ranu Grati. Ranu Grati is a large lake around 107 hectares. It even provides people with food, a special fish called lambo. Then, how will you relate this to the time that was drowned 40 years ago? Is it because of his magical power? Or is it because of 𝐸𝐤's mothers and 𝐸𝐤's grudge is still there? Well, the answer is yours. Regret comes at the end, so think before you leave. Thank you.